Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to That's English.
Hello. Now, do you remember the American word for films? It's movies.
Why are they called movies? Well, it's an abbreviation of moving pictures.
We're going straight to our Victorian newsroom. There's been an exciting development in the technology of moving pictures.
Listen carefully. What's the difference between the Lumiere brothers' moving pictures and Thomas Edison's moving pictures?
Good evening. Here is the news from That's English. First, the headlines. The Lumiere brothers create the first moving pictures. Audiences watch films of anything that moves. Pubs and churches empty because of movie madness. Tonight's main headline is the moving image, and we are going over to Nick Diamond, our media correspondent. Nick, first, who are the Lumiere brothers?
Well, Trevor, they are Auguste and Louis Lumiere, who come from Lyon in France.
Haven't moving images already been shown in America by Thomas Edison?
Yes, that's absolutely right, Trevor. But Thomas Edison's pictures can only be seen if you look into a box.
And what about the Lumiere brothers' moving pictures?
They are projected onto a wall. So, for example, a picture of a cat can look as big as a horse.
A cat as big as a horse. Thank you, Nick. And now to today's other stories. All over the country, audiences are watching moving pictures. Pubs and churches are losing customers as lots of people go to see the machine they call a kinematograph. People are saying that moving pictures are here to stay, but I doubt it very much. That's all from me until tomorrow night. Till then, good night.
You heard a useful expression there. Moving pictures are here to stay. Tenemos películas para largo.
Did you hear the difference between the Lumiere brothers' moving pictures and Thomas Edison's moving pictures? How could Thomas Edison's moving pictures be seen?
Thomas Edison's pictures can only be seen if you look into a box.
Thomas Edison's pictures can only be seen if you look into a box, una caja.
And what about the Lumiere brothers' moving pictures?
They are projected onto a wall.
They are projected onto a wall. Se proyectan en una pared.
A very important technological development.
Now, try to answer this question. What sort of films do British people like watching?
I like westerns and war films.
And I like detective murder mysteries.
Films that I like are comedies, thrillers, suspense.
Westerns, películas del oeste.
War films, de guerra.
Detective stories, policíacas.
Murder mysteries, de misterio.
Comedies.
Thrillers.
Suspense.
That's everything, isn't it?
Oh no, there are lots more different types of films. Listen to these people. What other types of films do they mention?
I like films that make me think, not a particular type, like horror or science fiction.
I like comedies. I think when I go to the cinema, I want to laugh. So I go and see a comedy because they're funny.
I like films which are exciting, action films, and films that make me laugh, sort of comedies and things.
I like comedy, most of all, and action and adventure films as well.
I like action films with Schwarzenegger and Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I also like the romantic films as well.
Romantic films. And the other new types of films were horror, películas de terror,
Science fiction, ciencia ficción,
action films, películas de acción.
and adventure films.
Now, many of the films we see in Britain are American, but we also watch European films.
The next person thinks that American films are more polished than British films, están mejor acabadas.
I think that American films are generally more polished than British films. More money is invested in them, perhaps more time is taken when you're shooting an American film. English films sometimes are a bit more amateur.
I like European films more than American films. I like French films, modern British films, and I particularly like Almodovar, the Spanish films.
Yes, I've enjoyed a number of American films. I don't go to the cinema that often, but I follow it a lot. Film reviews and reviews on television. I think the last one I went to was 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Very good.
Have you seen that, Vanessa? 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Yes, I have. I love Hugh Grant.
Really? That's interesting. Don't you think I look a little bit like him?
No.
Oh, well. Here's the real thing.
And the winner is Hugh Grant.
It was the moment the charming, classically repressed Englishman took on some of the biggest names in Hollywood and won. And for Hugh Grant, paid just £62,000 to play the diffident bachelor Charles in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, a moment to savour.
Oh, God. This is... it's tragic how much I'm enjoying getting this.
Like the character Charles, Hugh Grant is still single, but his girlfriend of 8 years, Liz Hurley, was with him for the ceremony. There was special thanks for her.
Working title, and my girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley, who put up with easily the nastiest, most ill-tempered, prima donna-ish actor in English cinema for 6 weeks, and then came back to me, which was really nice.
Did you get the joke? My girlfriend put up with the nastiest, most ill-tempered, prima donna-ish actor in English cinema. And then came back to me, which was really nice.
Mi novia tuvo que aguantar al actor más desagradable, más malhumorado y más divo del cine inglés. Y después volvió conmigo. Y eso fue estupendo.
Hugh Grant is so British.
How to be British. Physical contact.
Physical contact. Contacto físico. The British, especially British men, don't like touching each other. And there's something else that they don't like doing, but the Italians do. What do the Italians do, but the British don't?
Hello, how are you?
Fine. What are you doing?
I was trying to kiss you on the cheek.
You can't do that. Why not? It's not right.
Yes, it is.
What are people going to think? 2 men kissing.
Look, I was only greeting you as a friend.
Yes, well, a handshake will do. A firm handshake.
How are you?
There's no need for the other hand. One hand is enough.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too. Why don't you sit over there? That's where you usually sit.
I like it here.
Sit over there. I can see you better. There.
I've been watching Godfather 3.
Oh! Is that the film that Francis Ford Coppola directed?
Yes.
He's not a bad director.
Yes. I love the way the Italians greet each other. They kiss. And they hug.
Yes, but they're Italian. I don't want to kiss you or hug you.
Why not? Why should we be so cold with each other?
Because we're British.
So, the Italians kiss, se besan, and hug, se abbraccian. And the British don't like that kind of thing. Is it true, Tony? You don't like kissing men on the cheek?
Well, no, not really.
Or hugging them when you meet?
Goodness me, no.
Shaking hands with two hands?
Certainly not.
Shaking hands with one hand?
Oh, yes, that's okay.
Sitting too close to someone?
No, absolutely not.
Why don't you sit over there? That's where you usually sit.
What are you doing? That's where you usually sit.
So you see, the problem isn't only other men, it's women too.
Well, no. The problem is being in public, in front of other people, in front of the cameras.
What are people going to think?
That's the problem. What are other people going to think?
I see. The cameras are a problem. And all the viewers at home are a problem. So, if we turn down the lights and I tell the camera operators and sound engineers to have a cup of tea and the producer decides that's enough for today, then it's okay for me to sit next to you?
Well,
goodbye. See you soon.